be scared. You just gotta do it, you know? Come on, come on! Woo! Tesla is crazy. Let's do that one more time. What the frick? What? Nothing. Wow. Yo, Tesla is crazy. I put it in hard mode because in hard mode you get more clearance, you know? Yo! Tesla! Oh my God! I am shocked. Woo. Whoa! Yo! Oh my gosh! I saw it, but I couldn't get away from it too. Oh, poor Tesla, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Any damage? Nope. Because Tesla is the bomb, that's why. No damage. Let's do that one more time. Oh my gosh. Wow. Woo. Do it. Come on, Tesla. Woo. Yeah, didn't have enough brakes last time, that's why. There you go. Woo! Is crazy. Now, because of the low pedals, you have to anticipate, you know what I mean? Damn, but it's fun though. The pedals are just, that's the only thing. You have to anticipate, man. I captured those rocks over there. That's all right. See how the Tesla is, when I'm riding, it's tilted forward, which is great because what happens is whenever it notices, the idea of the electric unicycle is to keep you up straight, right? So the Tesla, or any wheel, compensates for any grade, any I don't know, like low grade. So if it dips, if the grade goes down, it tries to stay up straight. But you feel it more in the Tesla because it's so low and it's such a small wheel, you know. Let's go. You gotta worry about that rock right there. It's the rocks. You gotta worry about those little rocks. You know what I mean? Because the pedal is so low. Forward. Lean forward. Don't ever lean back. Woo. Let's go, Tesla. What you got? What you got? What you got? There you go. What you got? Yeah. What you got, Tesla? Woo! Rip rock. Oh, God. Oh, God. Ah! Woo! Gosh! This is where you gotta worry, because the pedal is so low, it's gonna catch if you're not careful, you know? You're going to catch. You gotta go real slow. Oh! Places like this, you know? Whoa! Rock, rock! You know? A lot more work is required up here, down here, over here, over here, over here, over here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. It's a lot more work with the Tesla, but you can do it, you know? This was a great experience. This trail was a little bit challenging for me, for the most part. You know, the bends, the roads, the dips, it was beautiful. I like the pedal clearance. I like the torque most of all, because I don't ever worry whether or not I'm going to be able to push it up a hill or over a rock. You know what I mean? One thing I did notice though, in hard mode, because I like to ride on high PSI, there's a lot more responsiveness with the hard mode. So if you're trying to do a sharp turn, or if you're riding really fast on gravel or rocks and sand, hard mode on high PSI for me, no. Because if you try to do a sharp turn, what happens is you almost feel like the wheel wants to throw you off. But I tried it in soft mode, like ridiculously amazing. Soft mode is beautiful. Basically what soft mode is, and the different modes are, imagine this is the pedal. When you push forward, in hard mode, there's no dip. Okay, it just moves forward with the pedal angle remaining the same. In soft mode, it allows a little play. So when you push forward, there's a little dip to assist with the pushing. You see what I'm saying? So it makes the acceleration experience a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit softer and soft. Medium, same thing. It's dip, but it's less dip. Hard, no dip. So you're getting the maximum amount of acceleration. But the thing is, the different ride modes don't necessarily help with acceleration only. There are other things too. For example, if you're making a turn, if this is the pedal and you're in hard mode, that turn is stiff. It's a stiff turn. But with soft mode, it allows you to dip at an angle. It's beautiful. So
I found the soft mode on soft mode on high PSI to be a major advantage for off-roading. Because what I've noticed is a lot of guys who do reviews with off-roading, on off-roading videos, some of the trails they're going on, I'm curious to say, like, if that's what you consider off-roading, then guys, that you might not need an MSP or even an MSX for this. You could use a Tesla, because the other day I rode with one of my buddies on his Tesla version 2, and I was shocked he was able to do the entire path. Like, he did the entire path I did. That's amazing. The fan shut off because it was actually working really hard, apparently. If you can ride in hard mode, if you can really get used to the different modes, you really will gain an advantage depending on what wheel you have. Yeah, I just think it's great. It's a great experience. So, whatever I said concerning the MSP is going to be a little different with the Tesla. With the MSP, soft mode is brilliant. I love it. I love how it allows me to maneuver, left and right, across certain terrains, avoiding rocks, avoiding branches, being able to make amazing turns with the assist. You know what I mean? When you put it on soft, as I explained, it's beautiful. But with this, I cannot enjoy the benefit of medium or soft because the pedals are already low. So any type of dip is a negative. Any type of dip is going to cause me to catch either a branch or some rock, as you've seen in the video. But in hard mode, because it's such a small wheel and because it's so low to the ground, it makes it a lot more nimble, and it makes the maneuverability a lot more enjoyable. This thing is light, it's zippy, you know how much torque it has, you know when it's about to give up, you know how much you can push it, whereas with the MSP, it has so much torque. You're not concerned about how much you're pushing it because the torque is just there. But the weight is also there. You see, the weight is also there. So this is something that you have to be more concerned about if you're not used to MSPs or MSX in general. That size of wheel. But this thing is like a pocket rocket on the road. Obviously cannot compare with the MSP or MSX in terms of speed. But off-roading, this is not a bad alternative to something like the MSX. Now, the speed on this off-roading is very predictable. So what about comfort? This is comfortable. For such a small wheel, it's very comfortable, to be honest. Compared to the MSP, maybe not so much because of the rocks. When you reach surfaces such as dirt or, leaves or tiny gravels or stuff like that, it's fine. It's no big deal. But, like I said, it has to be in hard mode. It cannot be in soft mode. Even in hard mode, I'm catching rocks and I'm catching surfaces such as small branches, and it's throwing me off. But this thing is durable, by the way. You notice I had at least 2 crashes, and they were pretty intense crashes. And this thing held up. There's a small piece under the panel that comes off, but that's normal. You just snap it back in. So my question is, how is the MSP number 1? How is it the king? If something such as this, technically outdated, that's so old, can keep up with the MSP on crazy tracks, on crazy trails such as this, with crazy hills and intense rocks, I mean, how does that MSP maintain its kingship? What does it mean that it's the king? Well, what do they mean by that when they say it is the king of off-roading? Because if you look at Kuji, he had to change his tire. I mean, here you can't change the pedal, it's the same height no matter what. But that's really the only disadvantage I can see. No, there are other disadvantages, like I said. So let's go through it. There are a few disadvantages. A low pedal, which you can manage by riding in hard mode. The tiny tire, okay, because if you encounter something like mud, deep mud, then forget about it. You're not going anywhere. You can always go around it. Steep hills, this thing is great, down and up. Off-roading is not necessarily about climbing hills or going through crazy rocks. Also, what's important is braking. So going down a hill should give you as much confidence as going up a hill, because the brakes on this should be good. On the MSP, the brakes are amazing. On the MSX, the brakes are awesome. But this, I was concerned. I was like, man, is it going to be able to hold me going down that hill? And it did. You could really feel the motor working, but it's there. It's really there. And I always had it on the back of my mind, if it gives out, I'm going to have to jump back. But it's fine. It did well. Overall, both wheels are amazing. And as far as the MSP being the king of off-roading, I guess when you consider mud, rocks, yeah, you could consider that. But then again, what about the MSX? The MSX has the same capabilities. The 100-volt MSX, the 84-volt MSX, Kingsong. I'm sure Kingsong 18XL can manage a lot of these hills. You know what I mean? Depending on how hard you push it. The 16X, you know, it's a 16-inch tire. It's just a bigger width. So how is it the king? I don't understand. But anyway, maybe you guys who own MSPs out there and the 16X can do a comparison. Maybe I can meet up with my buddy who owns a 16X and we can do maybe more difficult trails. But I'm not trying to kill my wheel because I'm not an off-roader. Anyway, guys, this was fun.
Look at that, look at that. Easy, touching the pedal. Look, pedal is touched. Not even trying. Pedal is hitting. Anyway, we got this hill right here. We got this hill to check, and that's it. You can go down there with brakes. Oh God. You just go up the hill, see if you can do it. Look at that, it's hitting. That's crazy. Ready? Let's do this hill. Come on, Tesla, you got this. You got this. Yeah, Tesla. Yeah. What? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Woo!
So, this is a pretty big hill. I have yet to measure it, but as you guys have seen from previous videos, the 84-volt MSX made it up here with no issues, but the MSP kept sliding or skidding at that mount up there. So now the goal is to see if the MSP could do it. It's much drier, and if the Tesla could pretty much match the skipability of the 84-volt. This is a big hill, guys.
First try, baby. First try. Tesla. So it skids right here. And might be because of the tire, but I'm not sure. But this is the exact spot, I think, maybe a little bit, yeah, this is the exact spot I was skidding last time. The thing is, I knew it was going to skid here, so I just kept pushing so it doesn't skid, so there's more traction, you know? So there you go. It's all about skill. So what happened? What happened? Why was this able to do it on the first try? Well, number one, someone told me the best off-roading wheel is a 16-inch with a lot of torque. This thing is light. You can push it anyhow you want. The major disadvantage it has, the one disadvantage it has against the MSP, is the low clearance for the pedals, and the fact that the tires are small in case of big rocks or well, not even big rocks, more like mud or lots of leaves. You know, if there's a lot of leaves on a hill, then you might have some issues. But man, there was no effort. No effort. This was beautiful.